Hi everyone, I'm Cindy Scott and I'm going to tell you about a digital tool that I love, and it is Padlet. Padlet is an online interactive bulletin board where students can post an array of different content and then they can see what their classmates are doing in real time. Padlet is really great to allow students to share their work and their ideas with each other rather than just with the teacher. To start, you would log into Padlet.com and you will see a screen that looks like this. You can sign up for a free account, and that's all that's necessary in my opinion. That will allow you to have 3 Padlets or 3 bulletin boards at a time, or if you wish you can use the one where you pay monthly. But you would just sign up for free, log in, and you can either log in with your Google email, your Microsoft email, or your Apple email, or you can just choose any email that you want and put a password in. I prefer to log in with the Google account because then I don't have to remember so many passwords. So once you log in, you come to a screen that looks like this, and the first thing that we're going to do is to make a Padlet. And there are 8 different choices of Padlets that you can make. And the first one I'm going to show you is the wall. And that is where each post comes in like a brick-like layout. And we're going to select that one. Now, it gives you a background, it gives you just a title, but of course you can customize anything you want. So for this one, I'm going to give it a title, and this is something that I'm going to use with my students, and I use this all the time. I'm calling this a peach and a pit because I always ask them at the end of the week to give me a peach, which is something good that happened that week, and to give me a pit, which is something that's not so good. We're just coming off of spring break, so tomorrow morning I'm going to ask them to give me a peach and a pit for their spring break. So you can put a description in here. Let's see, create a post that tells a peach something good and a pit something not so good about your spring break. I can put an icon up there. I think because this is a peach and a pit, I'm going to choose a peach. There it is. And then I can change the background. I don't really want this grass. I think I will just choose a solid color, and you can do solid colors, textures, patterns, pictures, all kinds of different things. But I think I'm just going to choose this orange color since I'm doing the peach and the pit. Now, you can also change the font if you want to. You can decide how you want the posts to be arranged on this bulletin board. You can decide that you're going to allow comments, which I am for this one. You can decide that you want to require approval if you're a little leery of what might be posted there, and you can also have it filter profanity if that's something that you feel is necessary. Now, the way that you can get this to your students is a couple of different ways. You can copy the address to the clipboard, and then you can either copy this to your Google Classroom, to an email, and email it to all your students, or you can copy this to the chat in your Google Meet. Lots of different ways that you can get this. I'm just going to attach it to my Google Classroom. Now, I always will put the first post on there, and the way that students would post is they'd come down to the bottom right corner, click the plus sign, and here's the post. I will put my name for the title, and I'll ask the students to do the same. They know that. And then I could put something like teach. I was able to watch lots of March Madness basketball or spring break, maybe Pitt. I didn't get to travel as much as I would have liked. And there's my post. And then the students can come in, they can comment on my post if they want to, they can like it, and then they can put all of their peaches and pits in here too, and then we can easily see how they are. And these will all be arranged in like a brick-like fashion. Okay, then the next one, I will go back up here to Padlet. I'm going to make a Padlet. And just for time's sake, since we only have 15 minutes on our Screencast-O-Matic recordings, I'm going to tell you about these other ones. The stream is one where all of the posts will come in like a texting on your phone type fashion. They'll just go like a feed, and a great way to use the stream is to have students maybe make a journal for a book character or a diary-like thing, and each post could be a different day. They could do a post for, April 1st, then another post for April 2nd, and then they could put in different things that they're saying that the character would be doing. The next type of a Padlet is the grid, and this is where it will arrange in rows very similar to the wall, except the second row will come under the longest post. So there's a little bit more blank space in this one. It's a little easier to see and just a little bit more organized. You could do this one the same way that we did the wall, all kinds of different things that you could put here. You could even just have students answer questions there, answer a particular question. Then the next one is shelf, and I think I'll show you on the shelf. Let's see, maybe we would do this one. Why don't we say nouns, verbs, and adjectives. And our description would be create posts under each heading to show the appropriate part of speech. And again, we can customize the background or whatever we want. If we come here and we start posting, in this one, you're going to have columns. So we could do the first column could be, let's do nouns and save it. Then add a column. The next column would be verbs. Save it. Add another column. And then the next column could be adjectives, and save that. And then when the students want to post, they could come down and say, okay, I'm going to add a verb here, and they don't need to put a title, but they could just say running. Maybe adjective could be green. And somebody else wants to do another adjective, and they could do pretty. So as you can see, this one just arranges itself into columns, and there are lots and lots of different things that you could use this for. One other thing you could use is a KWL chart. And you could have a column where the students come in and put in something that they already know about a unit that you are starting, and then a column for things that they want to learn about that topic. And then once you finish the unit, you could come back and do a column on the things that they have learned about the unit. All right, let's do another. We'll make another Padlet. The back channel, this one sort of communicates just like a chat. And one way that you could use this is to just have the students ask questions. There's always students who are reluctant to say that they don't understand or to ask a question in class, and you could make a Padlet that says something like, do you have any questions about fractions or simplifying fractions? And then the students could come in anonymously and post questions and not have to feel like somebody's going to make fun of them because they don't understand. Another type of Padlet is a map, and there are different formats of maps, but this is just great. You can put a pin in different places and say, back when we were learning about the starting of the English colony of Jamestown, we could have put a pin in England where they started out, and then we could put a pin in for Jamestown. Maybe we could have even put a pin in Roanoke Island and talked about the lost colony of North Carolina and something that didn't work for the English before they started the Jamestown colony. So all kinds of different things that you can do with maps. The next Padlet you can make is called Canvas. And this is where you can group posts and connect them in different ways. And then no matter where you move the post, it will stay connected. And for instance, maybe in math, if you had, say, make the number 450 in as many ways as possible, one student could say it's 400 plus 50. One student could say it's 500 minus 50. One student could build it with base 10 blocks. And then you could connect all of the ones where students had added to get the answer, or connect all of the ones where students had subtracted to get the answer. And then the last way is a timeline. And this is super because you can put things in and they automatically put themselves in order. You can go backwards if you're reading a book and there was something that happened and you want to go back and put that in there so it's perfect. So Padlet is just an absolute awesome tool to use, and I hope that you will check it out and make some Padlets. I just think it is absolutely fantastic, and I love it with my class. Thank you.